Hey everybody, today I'm going to talk about the serial problem for Kate's cards, and this is for chapter 13. So this chapter we talk about financial statement analysis, and what that means is instead of just looking at the numbers, what kind of understanding can we get from the financial statements? And so it says that she thinks she's done very well. The company's got a good reputation. They are considering expanding. They're considering doing some additional things, and they're going to need money for that. And she might want to go see a banker for a loan, so a banker is a lender. So then they want to comment on the findings of our financial analysis. Now if you look at they provide us the income statement, they provide us with a balance sheet, and then they provide us with a statement of cash flow, and then there's some additional information down here that will be useful. So let's go ahead and look at the template. So although it doesn't necessarily specify which ratios to use, the template tells you which ratios to use. So there's 15 ratios that you need to calculate using the financial information provided. Now you need to provide the formula. I can't emphasize that enough. I want to see the numbers that you use to do the calculation. If you just provide the ratio, you will not get credit. You will only get credit if you provide the formula. And then we have an analysis. Now this is an important part of the assignment. Notice how much room you're given. To help you understand what I'm looking for, I provided you with an overview of what I'm going to be looking for. What kind of ratios are bankers likely to use and why? Explain what liquidity, solvency, and profitability mean as far as ratios are concerned. Then what kind of ratio specifically would you think that would be important to a banker? So of these ratios, you don't have to go through all of them, but which of these would be important to a banker, and why would they be important to a banker, to a lender? You can just say lender if you want. And then any of those ratios that you chose, make sure that you explain the ratio. What does it tell you? How is it calculated? Why is it important? And why do bankers use it? Those kinds of things. That's the kind of information I want here. It's calculating ratios is not as important as understanding and explaining the ratio in the real world. And the reason I say that is because you can go to a lot of financial information websites and they'll tell you the ratios already, calculate it for you. But understanding them is where it really becomes key. And this is utilized by almost every area of business at some level. For example, if you were working for a company as a purchaser and you need to set up some contracts with potential suppliers, there's a good chance you're going to have to review their financial statements in order to make sure that those suppliers can provide the supplies to you when needed. Otherwise, you could shut down production if you don't have the supplies you need. So it's very important that we can not just calculate the financial statements, put them together, but also understand them. Finally, to do the ratios, if you go into the chapter, you'll notice that there's a ratio analysis from starting on page 634 down. They go through and they show you the calculations that you're going to need to do. So use the book for your calculations. They even have the formulas here, but you need to put the numbers in when you do the formulas for me. Notice they provide you with videos to help you go through the ratios and work through them on your own. Alright, I hope that gets you going, and I enjoy reading your analysis.